Hello friends, my name is Jess and welcome back to my channel, Books Past Bedtime. Today we're going to be doing my June Bookish Monthly Reset and TBR. So I've done a couple of these before and I did do one last month, and this is basically just a way for me to reset my reading life from May going into June so that I can have a fresh start. I can have my goals outlined, my TBR outlined, and everything kind of tucked away and squared away. So that's what we're going to do in this video today. I did create a little outline just so you know what to expect. So on our to-do list today, we're going to review our May goals and our May TBR and see how many books I read, how many goals I met. We're going to update my reading spreadsheet for May. I have not done that at all yet, so we'll do that together. I also will go over my content planning with you guys. I've already planned my month for content for June, but I'll still show you what I'm thinking of doing. And then we're going to set my goals and my TBR for June. I need to make my June to-do list, and we're also going to time block the first week of June together. So that is the schedule. That's what we're doing in this video today. So let's just jump right into it. And first we're going to review my May goals and my May TBR. All right, so here are my May goals. My first goal for May was to read 20 books, which I did not do. I'm not really surprised I didn't do it. I was kind of setting that as a lofty goal. I still have 3 days left of May, so I still can read a little bit more. I don't think I'll get to 20 books though. I've read 12 currently, and I do think that I'm just not gonna hit that. I also did not do the buzzword reading challenge this month, and I doubt that I will get to that before the end of the month. The buzzword for May was to read a book with the word every in the title, and I definitely did not do that, unfortunately. So that is not accomplished. I will talk about that though later on in the video because I would love to catch up on that. So now the next goal was be consistent on YouTube, which I actually think that I did. So I've posted for the past 3 weeks, I've posted 2 videos a week, and I posted one at the beginning of the month. So I think I've posted almost 6 videos this month, and then this will be 7, I think. Yeah, I think that math is correct. So I'm very proud of myself for doing that. I literally don't think I have posted this many videos since COVID, and I really hope that I can keep this up because it just feels really good to be being consistent. It's something I've wanted to do forever, and it's going really well. I had a video take off this month, which is so exciting. So it definitely is motivating me to keep going, and yeah, that's the plan. So, and then my last goal was to make some short form content, and I haven't posted any short form content, but I did film some. So honestly, I'm going to count this as a success because I did start it. I'm working on it, which is more than I've ever done before. I'm going to count that goal as a win, and we'll be a little bit more specific about it in June. All right, now looking at my May TBR, I think there's 17 books on this TBR, so I obviously did not read all of them. I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to cross out this whole bottom half of the list because I did not get to any of these. But I did read Raven Song, I did read Ace, I did read A Lady for a Duke, I read Change of Heart, I have not read Subtle Blood, although I'm going to try and do it before the end of the month. I did read Queerly Beloved, I did read Going Public, and I started The Romantic Agenda this morning. I'm 120 pages into it, so that one should definitely be finished by the end of May, so I'm going to go ahead and check it off. And hopefully Subtle Blood will be as well. So I'm going to say I did half, which is pretty good. 50%. So that was my May goals and TBR reviewed. Let's go ahead and update my reading spreadsheet. All right, this is my reading spreadsheet. I did not necessarily update it with you last time, I think, but we did go over it, but I'm gonna go ahead and update it really quick right now. So I probably will, let's do one together and then I'll speed up the rest of them. So this first book that I'm gonna be entering is Her Countess to Church. I have it pulled up on my little Goodreads side screen here. So it's just the title, the author, the status, which is finished, how many pages it is. It is 242. I read it in May. I gave it a 2-star. It's not a DNF. The main genre is romance, subgenre historical, it's not nonfiction. It was an adult novel. I read it via ebook. Is it serial? I think it was set in the United Kingdom. Can't Spell. It was published in 2021. It was... Who published this book? Oh, Bold Strokes Books. So if I don't recognize a publisher, I usually just look it up, and more often than not, it's a part of a different company. But this one does say it's an independent publisher, so and it's not going to be listed there. This author is new to me. Was it diverse? No, I'm pretty sure everyone was white. Did have that. I don't know if it was on Voices, but by gender MC, WX. Where did I acquire this book? I think I bought it on Kindle. Oh. Why is none of that an option? Okay. And cover color is mostly blue. Alright, so that's basically how I update my reading spreadsheet. I'm going to go ahead and speed up me updating the rest of them, so we're not here forever. Okay, that is our reading spreadsheet done and updated. Let's look at our May monthly stats, shall we? So like I said, I have read 12 books so far, 2,618 pages, 8 hours and 45 minutes of audiobooks. I did not check a correct box because I did reread a book. I think it's farther down here perhaps. Yep, there it is. There we go. Glad I looked at that. Okay. I had a very polarizing month ratings wise. As you can see, I had almost an equal number of 5 stars and 1 stars. I did DNF quite a few books this month. I was really looking for something like just smutty and quick, and everything I was checking out from Kindle Unlimited just was not hitting. And so that's why I ended up with that reread. That was a book that I like read for the first time in February, but it was what I was craving from those other books. So I'm like, let me just reread this book that I'm like comparing all of these books to. Why not? And then I had a couple that were like kind of low mid. Of course, I read the most romances, 11 romances and 1 nonfiction. Pretty much everything was queer. I think everything was queer. Mostly novels, mostly physical or ebook. Half were series, half were standalone. I had a good mixture of where things were coming from. A good mix of contemporary, historical, and fantasy subgenres within my romance. The longest book I read was Raven Song and the shortest book was Love Song, both in the Green Creek series. I think I have a pretty good monthly distribution, a very colorful monthly distribution. Doing pretty good on my diverse and LGBT books. Obviously, the countries are interesting here. So that is my reading spreadsheet. Like I said, we just updated my reading spreadsheet. So let's go do some content planning. All right, here's my content calendar, and I am going to try and keep up with my routine of posting every Monday and Friday. It's been working for me for the past couple of weeks, and so hopefully I can keep this up. I have my content kind of planned out around my work schedule and what I think I'm going to be able to get done as far as reading goes. I just am finishing up a couple like reading projects, so I think I'm going to be able to get into some new ones, some new like themed reading vlogs in the next few weeks, but I don't want to like overload myself in the beginning of June because it usually takes me like at least 2 weeks to read books for a vlog. I have some vlogs down lower in the month, and then I have some like sit down videos in the beginning of the month planned, and so I was kind of thinking I would do Friday vlogs, Monday sit down videos, but I don't think it's going to work out quite like that. That's kind of just an idea of like how to plan my month, but basically Friday will be the monthly reset. Oop, I'm not trying to add a new one, which we're filming right now. And then I will do my wrap up on Monday. I want to talk about some anticipated summer book releases. I'm going to kind of try and bring those videos back. I was doing them monthly for a while, but I think I'm going to go back to doing them like seasonally. I just think that that's more realistic and easier to keep up with. And honestly, I was like talking about books that I like, you know, only partially cared about, whereas this I can actually talk about the books that I'm like most excited for. Then I need to do a 2024 book haul. I haven't done a book haul at all this year, so I'm going to haul all the books that I have purchased all of 2024. And then this is the reading project that I was just finishing up, this Goodreads queer romance list. I think that'll be a perfect video for Pride Month as well. I'm going to be talking about this huge list of queer books that Goodreads recommended. So I just have 1.5 books left to read for that massive list, so I'm excited about that. I did talk about this new releases reading vlog last month. I think I'm just gonna like try again this month, and we'll talk about that when we get to my TBR. And then also my Green Creek reading vlog should come out soon. I just have the last 2 books in the series to read, so I should be able to get that done over the next few weeks. And then I have this vlog tentatively on my calendar still. This vlog ends when I find a 5-star. I've been filming this forever. I haven't actively worked on it in a couple of months, but I do want to get back into it. And I have all of my nicely wrapped TBR books that I'm going to be like drawing from for that video. So I think that will be interesting and a fun concept as well. And hopefully I will make some progress at least on this month, even if I don't get it out. And then we're back to the end of the month with our Bookish Monthly Reset. And then the first week of July will be the June wrap up. And I have another like reading vlog idea. Those might not stay the same. I do tend to like move things around as the month goes on, so no promises that these will be the exact days that these videos go out, but this is my content plan for right now. All right, so that was our content planning out of the way. Let's go ahead and set our goals and TBR for June. So as you can see down here, I already kind of have my goals written out, and they are pretty similar to next month. So for June, I do want to read 20 books. That is my lofty goal. Will it happen? I'm not sure, but at least aiming for it. You know, I'll read more than I would otherwise is the idea and the concept behind this. I also would like to catch up on the buzzword reading challenge. So I need to read the Meg book, which is a book with every in the title. My friend Ruthie recommended one for me last month that I might look into. And then what is the buzzwordathon for June. Now, let me find that out actually. Okay, so the June buzzword is repeating words in the title. Interesting. Okay, so it's like if a book has two thes or two ofs or two ands. So that will be interesting. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to read for that yet. None of the books, you can kind of see my TBR down here already. And none of those books have a repeating word. Yeah, they have words that repeat among the titles, but yeah, not within the title itself. Okay, so that would be something to think of. If you have any recommendations, let me know. I probably will try and pull from something that I already have and that I'm already planning on reading. But if I can't, I don't know. I'll see. Okay, so that's another goal for June, is to get caught up on that. And then I did add be consistent on YouTube again, because I really want YouTube to be like my main platform, my main side hustle, and I want to keep posting on here. So being consistent is important to me and one of my June goals. And then this month I made the goal to actually post some short form content, so I cannot take this off unless I post something. Just filming doesn't count. So I'm gonna try my best to do this, but yeah. And now you can see my TBR here as well, so let's go through that really quick. As you can see, I don't have 20 books on it. I think there's only 8. These are for the first 2 reading vlogs of the month, and so I want to focus on those first, and then once that happens, I can move on and focus on some other books, mood read a little bit, start some further down the road reading vlogs I don't necessarily want to reveal yet. We can talk about these books really quick, so let's go into more detail on these. So for the new release reading vlog, I have cut that down to 4 books because I'm not trying to punish myself. So these are 4 books that I'm super excited to read and have been super looking forward to, super anticipating, and that I want to get to this month. And these are all new 2024 releases. Most of them came out in the spring relatively recently, like March through May. So the first of which is The Ride for Life by Jennifer Dugan. This is a female contemporary romance, and on the back it says a new irresistible enemies to lovers grumpy sunshine queer rom-com about a wedding obsessed city girl who inherits a horse farm from her estranged late aunt and clashes with a cocky unfairly hot farrier who thinks she's going to run the barn into the ground. So this sounds right up my alley. I love like western country vibes. I've been dying for a queer like cowboy story, so cowgirl story, so I'm so excited for this, and I think I'm gonna love it. It sounds kind of hallmarky and kind of cute and kind of campy, and I'm all about it. I can't wait to read this one. I also have The Prospects by K.T. Hoffman. This says it's a triumphant debut romance set in the pressure cooker of minor league baseball, revealing what's possible when we allow ourselves to want something enough to swing for the fences. And so our main character, Gene, is the first openly trans player in professional baseball. And then I think he sort of has a romance with his teammate and current rival who gets transferred to the team. So this is a MLM sports romance with a trans main character. Very excited about this one as well. I've heard such good things and it sounds super cute. Of course, I also want to finally get to Here We Go Again by Allison Cochran. Allison Cochran is one of my favorite authors. I have loved both of her works before this one. I've been super excited to read this one and just haven't fit it in yet, so it's finally time. This is a WLW road trip romance, I believe, and it sounds like the 2 girls used to be best friends and then had a sort of falling out and are now coming back together because they have to go on this road trip, as it is one of the dying wishes of their like favorite high school English teacher or something, and of course hopefully that their friendship rekindles as well as sparks a bit of a romance. And Allison Cochran just does such good like mental health rep. She does such good chemistry, romance, banter. She's just an excellent writer, one of my favorites, so I'm super excited for this one as well. And then last but not least, I have Late Bloomer by Maisie Eddings, and this is like the most beautiful cover I have ever freaking seen in my life. I just feel so represented by this blonde girl here on this cover. Like I feel like her body type is mine and she just looks like me, and I love it. So this is a adorable WLW contemporary romance. It involves Opal, who wins the lottery and decides that she wants to use her winnings to buy this flower farm down in Asheville, North Carolina. But when she gets there, Pepper is waiting for her at the new farm. Pepper claims that she is the rightful owner. They agree to like this cohabitation situation, but keep butting heads, but eventually, you know, do more of this than butting heads. So I just have been so excited since I heard about this and saw the cover, so I do really think that this is going to be a success for me, and I can't wait to read it. Okay, so that is the new releases reading vlog checked off. Planning to read those for that. Then, of course, I do want to finish that Green Green Creek reading vlog this month as well. So the next book I have to read for that is Heart Song by TJ Klune. This is the third book in the Green Creek series, and if you don't know, the Green Creek series is TJ Klune's take on the Omegaverse romance trope, and it's basically just a werewolf paranormal romance. It definitely, I wouldn't say, is the same as like Omegaverse. I think it's just kind of inspired by it. Like there are alphas, betas, and omegas, but it's not the same as your typical like smutty KU Omegaverse romance, you know? They're definitely a lot better written, a lot more emotional, have a lot more depth and plot to them. And this book is Robbie and Kelly's romance, I believe. So I'm super excited about this one. We've gotten hints of Robbie and Kelly throughout the rest of the books, and I really enjoy their pairing and think they're super cute and can't wait to actually hear their story. And the last book, honestly, like kind of left on a bit of a cliffhanger plot-wise, so I'm excited to see what craziness is going to happen next because the last book was insane. So I can't wait to get into this one. And then there are two like little novellas between Heart Song and Brother Song, the fourth book. So I will have to read a Feral Song and a Love Song Part 2. I'm not really sure exactly what these novellas are. Love Song Part 1 was Elizabeth and Thomas's story, and they were like the matriarch and patriarch of Green Creek, basically. So I would assume Love Song Part 2 is like a continuation of their story. I'm not sure though what Feral Song is about. But then Brother Song, I believe, will be Carter's story, although I'm not totally sure, but this is the fourth and final book of the Green Creek saga, and I'm so excited to finish this series out this month. I've been really enjoying it, and I can't wait to share that reading vlog with you guys. And then the last book that I have listed on my June TBR is again Girl Serpent Thorn, which I believe is a queer fantasy romance. I think our main character, possibly bisexual, but she also has like she's like poisonous to the touch. She can't touch anyone or they will be poisoned. And I believe there's some kind of like sapphic undertones, sapphic romance in this book. So that's why I originally picked it up. But this is my next book in the like 5-star reading vlog challenge situation type of deal. That's on the list as well. I know it was on the list last month too, but you know how it is. All right, so those were all of my goals in my current TBR for June. Now let's go ahead and do these two things. Let's make my June to-do list and time block for June, week 1. Here on the left side is my May to-do list, and I just made a copy of it over on the right side to start making my June to-do list. Mostly because everything is going to be fairly similar for my recurring tasks. Some of this stuff for YouTube is going to be the same, and you know, some of this personal stuff obviously I didn't do in April, so I'm gonna have to do it in May. So I thought the easiest thing to do would just be to like transfer it directly over. All right, let me think about the days here. So my monthly tasks are going to be from June 1st to June 30th because there's only 30 days in June. Let me uncheck all of these because I haven't done any of these for June yet. Bi-weekly will be June 1st to June 15th. Uncheck these. Obviously I didn't do my bi-weekly tasks very well. Let's see, 16 to 6:30. The first week of June is 6/1/2. Usually I don't do like 4 weekly task lists. I usually just do 3, just because I'm away so much that it doesn't make sense to do these things necessarily every single week, but I do have to do them more frequently than bi-weekly. I'm probably just crazy, but I feel like that's what works for me. So that first week's gonna be from there to there, and then honestly, like I'll probably do this as a whole 10 to the 17th, and then from 8 to 6:30 should be good. Okay, so that's my recurring tasks. Now for the personal tasks, I'm going to just so I'm gonna do that again. I don't need to do these things. I actually did those things already. I haven't done that yet. Don't need to do that again. I do need to do all of these things. I need to, oh, that's actually a work task. I need to update working info for work. So that's a work task that I need to do. I don't think I need to do anything else for work. I could be wrong though. I'm gonna delete all of these YouTube things that I already did. And then I do kind of have this going on. I basically have all of these written out. I just need to reorder them really quickly. Well, this is happening in April, so I don't need that. This got moved to the 17th, the 14th. I already did this. This is not happening right now. This is not happening right now. Didn't need that. All right, the wrap up. Next is the summer anticipated releases. And then I need to plan, outline that, film that, edit, let's upload that, and make the thumbnail. And then, oh, okay. 2024 book haul. Prep, film, edit, let's upload, film, oh no, and thumbnail, and then that comes in, which will be 614. This is 610. Whoa. And that is 6-7. Yeah, and then this is 6-17, and I changed the books a bit here. Life. Then I moved the Green Creek vlog before this one. I'm gonna cut this one, paste it here. That one is 624. This one is 621. And then we have my July Bookish Monthly Reset on 6/28. Here are things to do for that. That's for a future vlog that might be done in June, but I'm not gonna worry about that too much. Okay, monthly to-do list. So let's go ahead and get rid of that so we can go ahead and time block next week. All right, let's see here. So I should already have some things in here. I do have a few things in here. I time blocked the first half of the week already, apparently, from Sunday to Tuesday, just because I think I blocked my next like work schedule, you know, from here to Monday. Tomorrow I start work and I'm working for like a 5-block stretch, so I already time blocked that. But let's go ahead and do the rest of the week. This is going to be a pretty work heavy week. I'm going to be very busy. So hopefully I'll be able to be productive in other ways as well, as I do like to have a balance, but I picked up some really high credit trips, so we'll see how much I'm able to get done. 3869. E3869. Let's work, and that is 3 days. Check-in is at 5:30 and I go from Newark, San Diego to Houston. And that is Central Time, so it'll be 5 here. That'll be Central, I think. Never mind. Usually if I have like a large block in my schedule, I will separate my work blocks because I will have like a couple hours to do something, and I do like to put that on my calendar and like kind of have an idea of what I'm going to do so that I don't have to like waste time during that downtime deciding what I'm going to do. So I do usually add that to my calendar, but if it's like these first 2 days when I only have like an hour between flights, which is basically just enough time to deplane and then board the next flight, I don't put that in there because I'm not going to be doing anything other than working during that time. That's why I'm going to separate this day of work blocks, but I didn't separate the other. And get back at like 9:30. Okay, so then I have this time here to play with, so I'll usually do something in that time period. Alright, so there are my work blocks. Lots of work happening this week. I think it'll be alright. Okay, so in terms of videos, I need to film my May wrap up, which is happening right here on Sunday. I have a long layover this day in Palm Springs, and so in the morning I'm going to work out. I do everything in my calendar based on Eastern time, although since it's Palm Springs, California, it will be earlier. That's why I have PST over here as well, just so I can kind of keep myself oriented. So we are going to exercise and film that morning. We're going to film that wrap up. And then I will also have to edit that evening, so I probably should add that to my calendar as well. But during the day, I probably will sit at the pool, and there's a cute little bookstore there, and my roommate Gabby will be with me, so we'll probably like go out and do some stuff. But that will need to be edited. So maybe from like 7 to midnight, from like 7 to, I don't know, till I go to sleep. Basically, I'll do that. So I need to rough cut, wrap up. I need to creative, edit, wrap up. I need to upload, and I need to make the thumbnail. So that will happen. My anticipated summer releases. Since I don't have a lot of time within my week to film things, I think I'm going to try and film this today. So I will have this pre-filmed, but I do need to find some time to edit it this week. So when will I do that is the question. I also need to find another place for an exercise block. I like to do 3 of those a week, so I already have 2 in there. So I just need 1 more. I will either do it Wednesday or Thursday. Thursday would probably be better. I'll do it like right when I get to my layover. I'm actually gonna switch whole day and core because that'll be easier to do at home. Stretch. All right, there's another workout block in. So honestly, I have an hour here in San Francisco to do something. So let's try and rough cut the anticipated releases that day, and then I probably won't have time to do anything else this day. I don't want to add anything to Tuesday the 4th because it's already pretty packed. That's usually just that needs to just be my day that I go to therapy and my day that I get shit done and prepare for my next 5 days of work. So I'm not going to add anything there. I should though have time here in Houston, especially if I'm going to wait to exercise until I'm in Cancun. So let's duplicate this. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be by myself. Okay. I'm gonna creative, edit, releases. I'm gonna upload. And I also do have some time here to rough cut and maybe even to start my creative edit. We shall see. And then this day, once I get to Denver, I probably will have time to finish creative, edit, then upload, and thumbnail. I don't want to add any more to this because I think it's already going to be a lot. I might go through and decide, like, add little to-dos for like reading. I might kind of try and schedule out my reading a little bit, but I'm not quite sure how or what realistically I'm going to be ready to do next week since it's still the middle of the previous week, so I'm going to kind of wait on that and see. But this is kind of an idea of how I'm going to plan my week to get everything I need to get done. And I do have some free time in there on Sunday. Not really anywhere else, but that will be okay. I might die by the end of the week, but you know, it will all be worth it. When I get my paycheck. Okay, so that is everything that we are going to do in our reset today accomplished. This is a long video. I have like almost an hour and a half of footage, so hopefully I'll be able to cut this down quite a bit. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, for being here. I will link all of my TBR books in the description down below if you are interested in reading them as well. Also, my social media will be linked down below if you would like to follow me anywhere. And if you liked this video and you're new here, I'd appreciate if you would subscribe. If you just liked this video, feel free to give it a like. It helps me out, or leave me a comment down below. I love chatting with you guys, and I think that is everything for me today. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.